Welcome to Mrs. Moan's math video. This video is about the divisibility rules. Divisibility rules make math much easier. Did you ever wonder how people could tell if something was divisible by a number just by looking at it? Following the rules and know your times tables. The first rule we're going to talk about is the divisibility rule for 2. How do you know if it's divisible by 2? It has to be an even number. Another way to say it is even is if it ends in a 0, a 2, a 4, 6, or 8. The example we have down here is 258, and 258 ends in an 8, which is an even number, so now we know 258 would be divisible by 2. On your paper, will you please write down which numbers, the small numbers, are divisible by 2. You can pause the video, and once you're done, unpause it and you can check to see if your answers are correct. So we'll start with 67 down here. We look at 67, it ends in a 7, not an even number, so 67 would not be divisible by 2. Next is 26. 6 is an even number, so that is divisible by 2. 14 ends in 4, which is an even number. Therefore, 14 is an even number. Over here, 8 is an even number. That means 18 is divisible by 2. 41 ends in an odd number. Therefore, it is not divisible by 2. Next rule is for the number 3. Is it divisible by 3? It will be if the sum of the digits adds up to a multiple of 3. Sum means add. Your example would be 531. So to do this, to find out if it is divisible by 3, you want to add those 3 digits up. So 5 plus the 3 plus 1. That equals 9. 9 is divisible by 3, or another way to say it is 3 goes into 9. Therefore, you know that 531 then is divisible by 3. An example of it not working is if you had 532. If you add those 3 digits up, 5 plus 3 plus 2, that equals 10. 3 does not go evenly into 10, so that would not be divisible by 3. Pause the video and write down the following smaller numbers that are divisible by 3. Unpause it to check your answers. So 145, if you add up all of those digits, 1 plus 4 plus 5, that equals 10. 10 is not divisible by 3, therefore 145 is not divisible by 3. Next is 57. 5 plus 7 equals 12. 12 is divisible by 3, so is that number. 85. 8 plus 5 equals 13. 13 is not divisible by 3, so that number is not. 3 plus 2 plus 7, that equals 12. 12 is divisible by 3, so is 327. And the last one, 6 plus 4 plus 4 equals 14, not divisible by 3, 644 is not divisible by 3. Next number we get to check is 4. To know if it's divisible by 4, it can be divided by 2 twice, or another way to think about it is if it's the last 2 digits are divisible by 4. So we can look at that down here at this 128, and we know it's even, so then we check the 28, and 28 is divisible by 4. So right away I know 128 is divisible by 4. So if you check down here which numbers are divisible by 4, 12, we know 12 divided by 4 is 3, so we know that is divisible by 4. 199, right away I look, and it's not ending in an even number, so that would not be divisible by 4. With 40, we could try the divide it by 2 twice. 40 divided by 2 equals 20, and 20 divided by 2 equals 10. So I can divide it by 2 twice. Therefore, yep, divisible by 4. Pause the video and write down the following numbers that are divisible by 4 using that rule. So let's check 146. So I look at 46, not sure if 4 goes into that, so let's try dividing it by 2 twice. 46 divided by 2 equals 23, and I can't do 23 divided by 2 evenly, so that is not divisible by 4. 981, it ends in an odd number, so I know for sure, not going to work. 124 ends with 24. I know that 24 can be divisible by 4, so can that number. 32 divided by 4 is 8, so that works. Here you have 66. Not sure if 4 goes into it. Let's try dividing it by 2 twice. That equals 33, and I can't do 33 divided by 2 evenly, so that does not work. Next rule is 5. 5 is kind of an easy one to remember, just has to end in a 5 or a 0. If it does, it's divisible by 5. Pause the video and try the following numbers. So this is divisible by 5, ends in a 5. That would not work. 621. 80 ends in a 0. This ends in a 4 and ends in a 5. So that would work. Next one is 6. Divisibility rule for 6. Basically, it has to be divisible by both 2 and 3. So the biggest thing is you want to make sure it's an even number, and then you do the rule for 3, where you add them up and see if it's divisible by 3. So can you tell down here which of these 3 numbers are divisible by 6? First thing that I do, I check to see if it's an even number. So right away, 312, even number. Now let's do the rule for 3. Add up the digits. 3 plus 1 plus 2 equals 6. Hey, that's divisible by 3. So that whole number is divisible by 6. 18 is even, and we know that 6 easily goes into that. So yes, that works. And 91, right away, it's not an even number. Therefore, it would not be divisible by 6. Has to be both 2 and 3. Pause the video and try these numbers out. Write down which ones are divisible by 6. So let's start with 96. Even number, so that works. Now add up the digits. 9 plus 6 equals 15. Is 15 divisible by 3? Yes. So that works. 81, not even. Will not work. 124, it's even. Check. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 is not divisible by 3. So it's not divisible by 6. 432, it's even. Now let's add up the digits. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 2 is 9. Is 9 divisible by 3? Oops, sorry about the sloppy writing. Yes, it is. Therefore, the whole number is divisible by 6. Even number, if we add up the digits, 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 6 is 9. 9 plus 6 is 15. That's divisible by 3. So that one works as well. Next number is 9. And 9 is very similar to 3. You do the exact same thing. You add up the digits, but you just have to make sure that it is divisible by 9. So if we're looking at this example number, 9,243, we add up the digits. 9 plus 2 is 11, plus 4 is 15. 15 plus 3 equals 18. 18 is divisible by 9, therefore that number is divisible by 9. If you try the ones below, add up the digits, we know this one's divisible by 9. 9 plus 9 is 18. Is 18 divisible by 9? Yep. Add these digits up, you get 11. Does not work. 8 plus 2 is 10. 9 does not go into 10, so that does not work. Pause the video and write down the following numbers that are divisible by 9. Let's check them out. We have 396. 3 plus 9 plus 6 equals 18. 18 is divisible by 9, so is the number. We know this one because 81 divided by 9 is 9. Over here we have to check 124. 1 plus 2 plus 4 is 7. Not going to work. 432. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 2 is 9. Is 9 divisible by 9? Yes. And then down here, 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 6 is 9. And 9 plus 6 is 15. 9 does not go evenly into 15, so it is not divisible by 9. And the last one, probably the easiest one, 10. Biggest thing, it has to end in a 0. So this one is easy. Yes, it works. No. Yes and no. So last turn for you. Pause it. Write down which ones are divisible by 10. Let's check your answers. You should have written down 110. Does not end in a 0. Does not end in a 0. You should have written down 4,000. Also 9,120. So those are the divisibility rules. Good luck and have fun.